OKFM 101.7.
And Messiah first Abraham interview. Now, my main coin, now for me, King Henry. Henry Nanabuache. Why am I National Youth Organizer of the New Patriotic Party? Now, many Enquadre and Como Udin birthday so enche when you 40 years. Nyasam Kitwa. Nana B, me mo channel pay.
Come and come to get here, bra, Mejoso.
Nabokodi.
Bibian Pondaroma.
Amen. Mama no nshan koma se keko so asemi jaba ye nyina ni misam ye didi hun koma kopim se nura court no the judgment baye na wate ehun nsam ankasa na mama mentio ni esi wo court wa ana wo ke nturu kakra quite snappy baby a yefre ene baby a yebeduru ye wo bra nura judgment baye
how me that Major Brenner, my church in Mufasa, or Fiddy, the question. Kwame Nidi kind. And somehow the court, no, a year of penny and commanding far, or ye amazing, or assembly coup. Assembly couldn't be one baby or penny question free. On the dear semi, the bar court say, or a dance here say, or penny question, a brana, or didn't say, Shakatase, so the soya impudent, not Utsai. Statutory declaration utwa ye no sa breno na oye Ghana ni SI Canada ni na sa statutory declaration no ya ni busa question kusan bi wo so say wo ye Ghana ni prekope ekufufu bi an for mu no wo yi ano ane na sa bre busa na sa se mo ansa ane ni tofum yi no bra o ansa sa question say debi no Ghana ni prekope sa breno na utai Canada ni na Canada ni ana oye no ono no kire se 2019 na wacho krata de akwa Canadian authorities no na wacho krata de koma o na Canada for no so atro ne back say o mun sa kan the application na they are processing it na ono na adwemu no ya na take 6 to 9 months and sa no o mo process ye nti no e ba na sa no Nensan krata nje bra na o fill for me the waja tum se na nensan ka a certificate of renunciation into or the failure. Now, so we share Canada mremu a nkwa me wo Canada mrenu bi so e wo menimu say omo Citizenship Act no. So we share sa mrenu a emra no very clear. Emra no say nkwa me kan portion of the Citizenship Act, RSC 1985 of Canada. Your discussion, provision in here panel. Section 9.3. Section 9.3 says, if an application under subsection 1 is approved by the minister shall issue a certificate of renunciation to the applicant, and the applicant ceases to be a citizen after the expiration of the day on which the certificate is issued or any later day that the certificate may specify. And to when it says, oh, make application. Now, the course a name, you Canada India or members of Canada Nibiwa. I was say, your mom krata 80 a dance, yes, say. That a dance ye. Oh, if free never on your Canada Nibiwa. Na ye ma oksaka dana ya to date wo so sa date no eso pa e da etoma so onye Canada ni bio ana say ye betro date wo so a sa date no eduru pe onye Canada ni bio it we nyina ye ade a e wo saka tan so eti embra no na e kire when you are deemed not to be a citizen of Canada and you wo na wo de wo edwin say matno ka ta bi dia ko na krata no so no authorities at so me back say omo di hu dwuma enti me de me sa ka krata pe no me wie me de me nyaka na de bi debi embra na kire kwan ya wo so fa so enti enra judge ne kan say enti opani question wa fom mra eye article 94(2)(a wa fom na wo hear the entire article 94 na kwa me ni nyina no ekasafa qualification and eligibility qualification and eligibility. The entire article 94 no and what's and eka na court no e kan say wo hwe nkrata wo ne nim nya dance any certificate of renunciation no na wo hwe ebra ode ne sakɔhye krata ase a ono so make statutory declaration sa oye no fit between 5th to 9th October and then saka sa ne krata onye Canada ni biom no 26th of November, more than 1 month 2 weeks it was from the okay. And this is what argument one can say. They are basing their argument on section 20 of PNDC law 285, which is the Representation of People's Act. And now we say omujinaso. Na kwame eno so no mamema onsa enkomu bi una menche wade. Now, section 20 no ekasafa grounds for cancelling election results. Grounds for cancelling election results. Now, a discussion in who be here a D. D said that the candidate was at the time of his election a person not qualified or a person disqualified for the elections. It would say at the time of election, and now at the time of elections, no say a brand to a banner which is on the 7th of December of the new crazy no. Not on your Canada need believe in the judge it from. But I mean, the law did not say at the time of the voting day or on the voting day the person should have been a person not qualified or a person disqualified. No, because when election is a process. Election will start from somewhere. It's an entire journey. So the election of a person, so now the election of Mr. Quincy started when he filed nomination between the month or between 5th and the 9th of October. That was when his election started. So the NDC cannot misconstrue this provision by saying, the election of the person who means that the voting day on the day I cast a ballot no Saturday no na opinion crazy no onye na the need you know omo judge and affirm. Kwame, I can tell you they can appeal this way many problem, but me cry no I say asem way it is dead on arrival. Ebiem Kwame so ko he expert is not a role in that. Then also Kasafa eligibility and qualification criteria. Now NDC for the person much they say, okay, because Kwame had the entire article 94 now. Right from 94.1a eba 94.2 and also Emrano at the menim ewa Kwame Sisi I mean okay. O 94 no eba ni nyina 94.1a eba 94.2 eba 94.3 ABC 94.4 Nina Kasafa qualification and eligibility. Now, as Partisanato Rollins case, NDC for Kasa and a day a year NDC that time actually on Zanato are contested. Zanato team could name our more primaries and all this Zanato course as Zanato on your registered voter. Mumu Jina a year article 94.1 in say Obina Obijina as MPBano. I was a sad Nipano a year registered voter no Ghana. And we know Nipano were former primaries. Now the court was confronted to define a very critical phrase. That is a prayer. It can be deemed or it can be said or you can trigger this qualification and eligibility criteria, and that is say you can say obi ni na awose ujina sa MP a ebrebe ye betimi aka say dumadi ni nyina no wahase. So the court no they make another pronouncement and Kwame me sign happen be biatro. I want our discussion to be very elaborate. No be antia say NDC for din fraud of Kwame ebiom so here Justice Benin JSC as it then was. Now, within your counsel, consequently, our view, and Kwame before then, a bra NDC for also I applied to join this case because no one saw me interested party. Now, the lawyer, the counsel for the second interested party, NDC, expresses similar view submitted that Article 94.1a becomes operative. Article 94.1a is Kwame. The whether you are a registered voter or a Ghanaian, no, see, it becomes operative. Kwame, read Article 94.1a now. It speaks of 1a, no, can say whether the person is a citizen of Ghana, he has attained the age of 20 years and above, and a registered voter. Then the court had to answer this question, say, when is it said that this qualification criteria is triggered? A brebe ni bit me aka say, Salasa me a constitution. I was in the panic before. Now, this is the answer. A Supreme Court denied. Just Mammy, Mr.
Okay,
Article 94.1a comes into force only when the public elections of a member of a parliament has been declared by the Electoral Commission and it has set the time for the filing of nomination. So the judge in this case says, Article 94 speaks of qualification and eligibility. Okay. So before you even file your nomination, you should have carried yourself. You should have assessed yourself. You should have also who suffered. Ukoti MPana. It becomes the 30 million ministry for say. Article 94 qualification and eligibility. No. Are they saying say there are some sets of qualification and eligibility criteria that must be complied with during nomination of during your nomination, during time of file nomination, and the BMU young fan baby into Kwame. Young person say Constitution is I just say we do 40 years and sign away as a president. And now we are MP, I just said 21 years. Okay. Minyendi 21 years. But October 1 year file nomination, not just 2 months. Now I did 21 years. And they may file it. Hoping say that you better about December 7th, no? Now I did 21 years, December 2nd. It died here to about 21 years. And as I say, president there. No file it because we were 39 years. But a bra year to about December 7th, number of 40 years, you know, and one. I mean, is this the weird construction of the Constitution?
Nane, Nane. Sir, Article 94 now can was what the can say a speaks of qualification and eligibility. And on border on Sabia me what dual citizenship cramba.
Debbie, Article 90, how can 91 and how can 90
may come baby a cassa eddy because there be almost call to say Article 94 no judge needed Ginas one. He erred in that regard.
I'm true. Papa no asama obusaya and say the entire Article 94 in speak. Because we have constitution will be an OB. We have 94 na ya one chain. The broad heading introducing Article 94 no. Qualification and eligibility. Qualification and eligibility. So the entire Article 94 speaks of qualification and eligibility. Now, my judge and some more kind of say, expert was Zenato Rollins now. A similar question was posed. Because what Zenato so a brown who put in Kuduma in the court Sabreno, not on your registered voter. But Sabreno, not electoral commission MP in nomination. So the Supreme Court had to answer this critical question. Say, a brebe bit me say, qualification and eligibility criteria. And what's it be a bit? And the court answer say, a bra easy open nomination because that is what officially the constitutionally mandated body no action say omobeti parliamentary candidate no mayo mo. It is Kwame. Senator Diana Kasafa Article 94.1a and away Article 94.2a. But it is very uniform, a uniform definition because under qualification and eligibility. It is about make her say by weird interpretation of the this particular interpretation. What that they are trying to say is qualification and eligibility need to be one of the a bra or failing nomination forms no. And the water will comply. ebi wo ho no mo dia debi da ye to aba no mo comply ebi wo ha debi da ye swear within no Kwame, what kind of confused, weird, strange interpretation of the law and the NDC for ye? And so come a scenario saying by this interpretation of what they are trying to say, they say, and they the person with your mampeni, also mampenies wouldn't fear their nine. And also pursue in MPR, also would if you know a Junuba for 21 years. But die about about December 7th. And bra, you may find nomination, me 21 years. I can't be 2 months, nemeti. But me who say, made 21 years no by 5th of December. You better about 7th December. But the bra made in Sasha Catasano, not me 20 years. Intimate me up of a form, no, my fairly, no my ABBR, sunset die to Abano, now me 21 is coming. What, how confused can the NDC be? The eligibility and the qualification criteria, it is uniform. You must comply with it. And what should the entire process now say? Don't forget, say, there is a statutory declaration as part of the nomination form. And statutory declaration will make it before a judicial officer. And you will swear under oath. And it's a would draw under oath. And you perjury. When you could have a statutory declaration, you do a I was in the Busan question. Who you Ghana nipe? Abrakufu Bianca, no trust army. Or you Ghana nipe. But Sabreno, who you Ghana nipe?
Asa Sabreno.
Yes.
Okay.
I have a copy of the statutory declaration here. And I'm going to put a copy of the certificate of renunciation. Look, I'm when you know to Fabon, NDC for more from a buffo, and company of some of an and cocoso. Your parent, you are cutting your Casabi Sano, a Jumano, and yes, I know. Look, the Ubenya, because here you put up branches of diaspora, and your diaspora for you, look, we have a lot of MPs in Parliament now. No more hold the fort for diaspora. Honorable you watch entry of UK nearby. Honorable and a deputy minister for foreign affairs. I'm pretty honorable and pretty mampon MP. All those are of UK nearby. You Habib. Ojina Maya and a Tolon MP. Habib no Australia or can founding members how much MP Maya Australia.
Australia says, I'm a chairman or I'm a friend. Chairman okay.
Aye. And okay. So
what is it?
You won't perform for your diaspora for boy party in the power. In Tomoso, Elbow, Chefa, our party, but also a say, we must comply with the law. Chairman of some of 1 year and 2 years. Yang any partner or you're in charge of verification and validation committee for the MPP, na lawyer from Davis. Kwame when you grow. Check. No, obeko area na woti. Address a wodi ama baby a woti nya no obebo ewura ho, wakwa komusa. Na wakwa ko police report efi ho. Na wakwa ko hwe adwuma na wo ye. No wa hwe se wo no have you complied with the laws a e wo say ko so. And some of what ha, ahanso baby a woti ndwuma wodi ye bumra wase ni ahwehwem. We are citizen na e ya pass okay. Enye wano fa na wo de beka che ye. Ene nkrata bia wo de ba ye jatmu. Yes, I bought Canada for no, and now UK, and now Australia for near Paco Macachi. Near Paco Busso say, Openny, we know a Canada, nay, or say, on your Canada, a yampa, the Bain and Modimano, oh, Yati and Wansi, and Sandy we. So when, excuse my language, when you do a lazy work and incompetent work, this will be the results.
Okay, now, Mammy.
Domoro, the same thing.
You never Domoro na ayinane. You never Domoro na Musa. Enra, you say one more be file the application. Na filing officer no, one buy ya we ni ho register de no ho. One mu je gina wa bra one so make the intent so more application be file. One mo three ya ni say I hereby declare not as a judge no.
Kwame. NDC for Nyamienu Queen. Look, we have to be very serious with this case. Look, case I traveled 7 months. When you come here, cast on file written submission, common file. Written submission, judge cast on file 2 months.
It's optional. Me payment file.
One is optional.
Sir,
objects of the court. court directed say obian file the written submission.
Na say lawyer boam kakra me wo application bi to put in. Okay.
Say no Ubakayad opinion na also working kind of judgment 14th of July. You call your NDC for the application by NOTO. Otio na assembly tribunal so kwa kujina Supreme Court. NOC. Obu any die sunko a woma aye Supreme Court intino. Omo yenko yenko tiasa no Supreme Court. You call Supreme Court. NDC for na say I makameri omo an ko withdraw case no. And the court striking it out as withdrawn. And the court bought almost 5,000 Ghana cedis. Now, now, court see, Kona file BB. Court in Casa for what we are saying to when no one is saying, I was saying, and now the Baha. So, court and Santa Kona file BB or High Court. And Guasia Casa, what did I say? Omoko High Court to some filing, one who register, one who will say to know. It happens on daily basis. Look, a day be many. Senior lawyer Frank Davis Echo Court. Now, some file a written submission. Maybe honum a similar process. Open the hall, also a channel. The same thing. It is a one court. That's where when you panel, it be our sorry kaka or quack canas waba, and don't also court. Now, court no one so about file baby. Was a court not frustrating. And this judgment was supposed to have been read on the 14th of July. The judge had already indicated that my judgment is ready. Look, and yesterday before Transino, and now Okan said, we're taking the judicial notice of Asaman Supreme Court. No, the Supreme Court at disposal of the matter.
Okan, sir.
Yes.
Now, any fund here in the Supreme Court?
Nina make us application with the Supreme Court for Seturara any prohibition, no, and Omoako, no, and Omo withdraw Assam no into court. I'm not some of the buy and say, almost striking out as withdrawn. And you bought 5,000 Ghana cedis. Any Braboni ambassador Modeswa, a Yakipus, a my form one, and now I am very disappointed in somebody I respect so much. Somebody as a young politician. Yen I have been your only party, Nansono, and the name of me faith. How I agree so yesterday's press conference was very shameful.
But baby, you don't speak the same language.
NDC for MPP for a court no demo. I'm very unfortunate coming from a senior lawyer. Somebody I have so much respect for. Very shameful and unparliamentary language. And also, you see, you are a leader of parliament. Parliament is supposed to be one arm of government. Now, the other arm of government is judiciary and executive. An executive because any party from the whole. But judiciary now, one because I was a lawyer, you can also be said, oh yeah, an officer of the court. And I was part of the leadership of one arm of government. Then you go and attack another arm of government here. Only MPP watch a probable percent or you see. Why? How? Honorable administration. I am not going to lose my respect for you because of this. But honorable Michelle, yesterday's press conference, especially on this.
Now say
young MPP for your need court no very unfortunate statement, very unparliamentary, very shameful statement. Because Samra Koye Article 94 you so paying at the most second every.
Now I no cross said you na Amaliba cano a judge in can say as no any you say no say carry now citizenship.
I mean that's me Amaliba can say more court.
okayfm.
Court can say on for records because court is a court of records.
Was say one more resign to the chambers. I
was part of that number of chambers will be. Number what in fact Amaliba can saw application. Now on better Obeka open court. I Amaliba, and the Yanko Chambers. Yanko Chambers no cast, oh, some time ago, what they said, judge, air can't be now somehow, or can say, or send for resign answer, and I say, now because of can't a prejudicial statement, it has a tendency to say, as we're predetermined, I said, not that, in Tinkabayan, which you know. When I judge in the case, records of the court in your name, there's no evidence or making any prejudicial statement. Records in the own money proofs, and now one of our now they can start to me. So Amaliba, Claudia, were disappointing NDC for more. In fact, he should be the last person to speak on this matter. You are a legal director for NDC, a whole legal director. You run away from a case. You Amaliba, NDC form of Jumakesi is a woman director in charge of legal affairs. Una will handle as enough. As someone for one who's working on your case, no. And today you have a moral authority to comment on this matter.
Oh, was it? Per the Saja, you can't who said, you know. What do you do? You stand and fight for your party. You have been given a responsibility. You pride yourself in the fact that you are the legal director of the NDC. You pride yourself. And you have been given a case to handle. You go and make an allegation, say, judge, and make it from prejudicial statement. Judge, say, on the records, prove it to me. You cannot just come and make an application and say, I've made some prejudicial matter when you have not brought any evidence. Because the records of the court are here. Nowhere. And Maka say, you know, Resign the answer. Indeed, Amaliba was out to ask for Chief Justice. Chief Justice is requested for the records in the year, the human year in a chief will there be evidence being one of my say, yet Amaliba and opening question watching or could be organizing Misa. Then you come back and notify the court of your intention to withdraw from the case. Such a coward act. Because someone make it such way where Nipa Yama was human, you now journey through whom, then you run away from the work. Today, you have the moral authority to be accusing a judge. Brawan so crown or so Chief Justice. Make a your opinion, Malibanka will be ashamed of commenting on these matters. The whole legal director of the NDC, you run away from a case, you give it to somebody who is a legal director, and today you have the effrontery to comment on this matter. I mean, everything is important. Look, and they Papa no on your MPBM, and I'm very sure say Electoral Commission very soon almost Edomano Assembly to ya. Yeah, by elections, it's a by elections you know Mustra Amopa, they should not even contest at all. A whole sika, your mum be every year. A when you went to crab in a bar, your parliamentary elections in Muhono. It is our seat. Now, my man, some of this information said, yeah. Mensa, Central Regional Secretary, were making a complaint to police ID. Say quickly, institute criminal proceedings against honorable cases. I'm very sure, say very soon to see. Nanabi, where your friend Wabumi Abramisu? I just say a Ganmon family. You must have Mbapo State Science.
Oh, probably me mama police in your major. A page, as someone can were doing under oath. And then I make a Samra Conan.
Yes, sir, prison, and Adams and Sakandia, and 1 or 2 more. Where's 1 year with 52?
Come, have a pepper. I wanted no coin.
Imunya,
you were be the NDC, I'm an Okayfm, Janabisa. Very sad.
What Montreal.
Why? You would more papa be not NDC father that I was at my BDMP. No,
as someone, lawyer Amaliba Moon independent and some country say, hey, some of CD class and in a few here. Abano, as enough. One back Chimwa was one best how we need.
Oh, come send me one I've gone from your corner winning as and winning. We the same problem, anyhow. The corner winning or winning, and I'm a cat of Kwame. Anger of the NDC for should be directed at their leadership. Kwame, the same thing now, Jomoro. Jomoro, so Mamma, could do any. Or also one renounce it. In fact, evidence I want no, any name of we are aware. We are aware. I will not discuss it on radio, but we are aware of everything they are doing. Desperation of money. Mamen wa fumra, ye this wa fumra. Then we could be a man in the bit. Now produce your certificate of renunciation. Then me a Kamakula because omo evidence they say Abraham ameno make statutory declaration no yibutano kusa yibutano answer and no more evidence no. So this will expose the NDC leadership of not going about due diligence. They were not diligent in their work. This will expose them. So they should not be blaming. They should be blaming the NDC leadership. Is it there any part? Unqualified man contest here. They should not be blaming the court. Oh, I'm going to say.
Na mama say ya one moment to me a file be like stay of execution and na o met me call the appellate court no bian ko bia court na ma court no bia akwashi the decision of the lower court na it say high court na it say
they always have the right to appeal, so they can always appeal.
But as it stands now,
they can appeal.
Now it says and that kind of oriented be ready so a media budget review no when no bet me alcohol
Debbie and alcohol there Debbie or no red nankasa no or contempt charges bia ye dia born the dada but ye nyanko so because obekaya high court ko ye man judge say he should not be holding himself up as an MP and he should not be sworn in no obuna nimpia ena okoye into osa ne manu ntino ena osa akode ana na asem na na o pejapeje don't careful
mati nana bi beda se anope se waje bere na na atwe nkobo yewra nana boache nana bi national youth organizer of the New Patriotic Party na nana bi nso mranimu ni okay 101.7 se na hwe enkomo
OKFM 101.7.